name is Antonio Stoudemire, and this is a personal interview and assessment on my view of Chapter 6, considering your reproductive choices. We will discuss my answers, and we will go about how I view Chapter 6, basically.
Can you name the basic principles of birth?
The basic principles of birth is you gotta have an egg, you gotta have a sperm, and they both gotta meet in some type of way to be able to conceive a child.
What are the two main methods of contraception?
The two main methods of contraception is I would say barrier methods. It would have to be the barrier method, and then the hormonal method. Barrier is just when you block the sperm and the egg from meeting, and hormonal when they synthesize some hormones, or they inject hormones to either slow down sex drive or decrease oval. I mean, what is it? Oval. I think it decreases. I just know it decreases the sex drive. The same.
What are the top rated contraceptions amongst college students?
Whew. The top contraceptives amongst college students. I would say number one is the condom. Number two, I'd say the withdrawal method. You know, college students like to pull out. Say like to pull out. Number three, I think the female condom. Number four, the pill, birth control. Number five, for my list, I don't know if they practice abstinence. I'm just gonna say that. And I think I think they got number. I think number six would probably be cream or something. I think the NuvaRing is a contraceptive, something to prevent from getting pregnant, and that's what I think.
What do condoms have an advantage?
I think condoms have an advantage when they prevent some diseases. I'm not saying they prevent all, but they prevent some diseases. I think if you use them in effective, it can prevent a girl from getting pregnant. That's the most important thing. So that's what I'm thinking. Like they prevent a girl from getting pregnant. And
What are the disadvantages?
the disadvantages, I say, if you use it wrong, you're gonna have a baby. If you use it wrong, you can get a disease. Just point blank, period. That's just how I feel about if you misuse a condom. And you could probably damage the girl real bad. Like if you put it on improperly and it comes off in her, like that's probably embarrassing.
What do Name 6 contraceptives against STDs
Um,
and
six.
diseases.
I say the most important one that can prevent a disease or against contraceptives, from conceiving, would be, I think, just practice abstinence. That's the safest way. Number two, they have like we just talked about condoms. Three, they have some type of gel out there now that you put on, and it says it prevents some diseases, but not all. Four, they got a female condom. I've never seen a female condom, but it's out there somewhere. I've never seen it. Five, they have. Can I name some contraceptives? Five. Well, I would say they also have some type of sponge for older women. And number six, I can get this. They have the pill out there now, and they also have the Plan B pill as well.
Have you ever used an excuse to have sex without a condom? And what were the excuses? And how
Uh,
did the person respond?
Yeah, I think I use an excuse to have sex, and I have used an excuse to have sex without a condom. I've told girls like, let me put the tip in, you know, let me get a couple strokes. Um, yeah, was it awkward? Yeah, because the responses to them was like crazy. They were, um, okay, you say just a couple strokes, right? And I was like, yeah. And then we ended up having sex, and it's like the
Hmm.
couple strokes didn't matter. And then then they put the tip in part. Everybody know when a guy says let me put the tip in. Uh, he's not just trying to put the tip in. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Every girl should know that. I mean, I'm just being honest. But I mean, there's some responses I have gotten was like, no, go put a condom on. And then some girls actually said it. Like told me it felt better without the condom, and that was crazy. Like that was like I actually had uh, a girl tell me we've been having sex without the condom, and dude, why put a condom on? So yeah, I was told that too. So it's crazy.
Who told you that?
Uh, I'm gonna refrain from using her name because it's just I'm not gonna get that personal. But is was it good? Yeah, it was it. It was alright. No.
Hmm. How do you feel about abortion?
Um, I feel abortion. It has its pros and it has its cons. I think the pros would be, you know, if you're not ready to have a child, then I think you should have an abortion. Like if you're not financially ready, you should have an abortion. If you feel like for a woman it's her choice, if she's not ready, just she don't have to go through with it. But the con is I think you don't ever know. You can give your child for adoption. I mean, you don't have to kill an innocent child. That's innocent. But I mean, it's your body, your choice, it's your life, it's your decision.
Can you name the stages of pregnancy into trimesters every 3 months?
The stages of pregnancy, I think the first trimester is when the baby is first born. Second, well, when not the baby's first born, when the baby's first being developed. And the second is when like a couple after the first 3 months, it was the second trimester, and that's when the baby is starting to develop. And the third is when hey, time is there, that baby.
Are you a premature baby?
Yes, I am a premature baby. I think I was born around 7 months. Yeah, I actually had to stay at the hospital for like a long period of time. Like my mom couldn't take me home with her, and that was crazy. Like I know, right? I look perfectly healthy, but I was a premature baby.
Is prenatal care needed?
I think for all women and males, prenatal care is very well needed because I mean, going to the doctor to see what you need to take, vitamins, they give you all the stuff that you need for you to handle pregnancy, and it may actually be informative on the parent, not the parents, but the baby mama and the baby. Well, for the woman who is pregnant, it can be helpful to the baby, like especially when they talk about vitamins and stuff. So
Can you name any problems and complications of childbirth?
I think miscarriage and I think the ecto pregnancy. I think my auntie she suffered from about she had like 3 miscarriages. Crazy. Um, I think it was probably because of the ecto pregnancy. Uh, experiencing that was very tough as a childhood, but because my auntie to this day still can't have babies, and I guess the doctor never really told her why, but after reading the book, I guess you could probably see like there can be a link between that if they ever told her.
How do you feel about breastfeeding?
Breastfeeding, I think it's cool, man. For it's a bond between a mother and her child. It can't be broken between that. Like, I think it's well needed because it gives a chance the mother to bond, and the baby gets its nutrients. So that's how I pretty much feel about breastfeeding.
Um, what is infertility?
Uh, Infertility is when you try for about a year and still is unable to conceive a child. And that's crazy, right? Infertility. People do suffer from that, but I mean, I don't know how you go about if you suffer from infertility, unable to conceive.
Name some infertility treatments.
They have ART, it's like the assisted reproductive technology, and I think they assist you with reproduction. They take your eggs and they use technology in some type of way where your eggs and they can combine the sperm in a tube, and hey, technology is helping us with reproduction now. So
Would you consider adoption?
to be honest, yeah, I think I would if I wasn't able to have a child. My girlfriend is adopted, so I think I would if I suffer from infertility. And basically, in man, infertility for us is low sperm count, and if I was to suffer from that, and the causes of that can be plenty of things like irradiation, overheat, coldness to the genitals can cause infertility in men and result in low sperm count. So if I wasn't able to conceive a child, I would consider adoption because it's a way of me amending my relationship. And for my downfall, if it was on my end, yes, I would. If it was on her end, yes, I would. And I mean, we can even do a surrogate mother if that's the case. Because I mean, who doesn't want a child? They carry their name. Adopted, for, I mean, a clinic, any type of way. This is somebody to carry their last name. That's how I feel personally about that one. And yeah, I think I can deal with adopted baby.
So you would be okay with a surrogate mother?
Uh, yeah, that will be. It depends on the way, but I think I can live with that. I should be able to live with that. If my girlfriend or wife, my future wife, if she wasn't able to conceive, I think I would conceive. My bad. Thank you for correcting me. Conceive. I think I would consider a surrogate mother, and you never know, like what it'll bring. I mean, and for that, yeah, I think I would be able to deal with that. It might be awkward because what if the baby wants to know like who his or her real mother is?
But you know that you don't have to tell them, right?
I mean, I know you don't have to tell them, but what if something happens to the child and it needs like a blood transfusion? I think they would get it father. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just thinking like, and what if they actually want to look into like they notice like, hey, there's no physical. I don't look nothing like my mother. Some or what if a family member was to say like that's not your real mother or something like, you never know. And I wouldn't want my child to go out about life not knowing like what's questions about her and her past life, like our decisions impacted her life, and that would probably be hurtful. Like for somebody to tell that, you never know what can come out. But like I said, I, I will welcome it though.
Okay.
And
Okay. Do you have any other final thoughts?
um, yes, I'm considering your reproductive choices, chapter 6. My personal view of it is you should really think about all decisions before you think about having a baby. You should think about all the decisions before you have sex unprotected, because not only are you putting yourself at risk of having a baby, but you put yourself at risk of diseases. And I think people are kind of like misinformed on the protections that you use, because the protections that you use, like birth control, the pill, and that it don't stop you from getting a disease. But I think some people are misinformed. Like, and some guys might be misinformed about that. Like, even when you wearing a condom, they might think, "Oh, I'm protected," but you're not protected from all diseases. Like some diseases, but not all. And with even with the birth control pill, like the Plan B pill, somebody can still have a baby. And even when women, like, what is it, the the what is it, awareness, ovulation awareness, when females know when they're ovulating, even when that, if you're still at risk of getting pregnant, and that still don't stop diseases. And I feel like even with the withdrawal method, like come on now, I think I'm not the first guy that ever heard of pre-com. You can still have a baby through pre-com, and yet guys still out here banking on the withdrawal method. And then with condoms, they can be condoms are one of the cheapest things you can get in the store, so they can easily be something that can go wrong with it. Like, if you don't want to have a baby, I think there's a thing called male sterilization. You can sterilize yourself and you can have sex freely, but you can still, I mean, with your partner, without putting on a condom, because you don't have to worry about having a baby. And then, what is it? Female, they got female sterilization. And with female sterilization, they sterilize the female. One thing I'm gonna preach about too is if you're gonna practice abstinence. I think that's the safest way, but for me, abstinence is one of those ways that you're protected both ways. You can't catch the disease. You you can't get pregnant at all. But if you can just resist temptation, I think it will be definitely worth it. It'll make it so much better for your future husband, your future wife. But I would say you probably live a life of no fun if you. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. If you're practicing abstinence, like, you're probably missing the joy of sex. But most people out there who are abstinent probably don't have a need for sex. They probably don't even. They probably don't care like about sex like that. I promise you. And I think that's probably one of the safest methods you can use. The best. Just saying. And and let's see, where's other methods? And also for college students, I would say if you're out here having unprotected sex, or if you're doing anything like that, by the way, there's a lot of risk you're going about. I think you should. They got local health centers and all that, so you might want to just learn ways of being informed through your local health center. If that's the case, if I hey, if you catch a disease, you just better make sure it's curable. Or if you get a woman pregnant, you better make sure you're financially stable. Because I've seen plenty of times where women are freshmen and they get pregnant and they drop out. They drop out of college. They can't take care of the baby. I mean, they gotta take care of the baby some type of way. They gotta get a job. Parents come get them, and that's the worst thing that could probably happen for incoming freshmen and freshmen who are trying to find a way in this world to build a better degree. And you can't do that with a child. I mean, you probably can, but it might slow you down a little bit. And what else? I think I hit on all touches of it. I think that's about it. That's considering your reproductive choices. Antonio Stoudemire, my assessment, my view, my opinion, and that's it.